very specific things, and I'm going to let him share that with you before we go, so that you know what he has been working on, what the team has been working on, and what kind of feedback they want from us afterwards. So, Mark, if you wanted to share with them where we're at this point.
Yeah, so for some of us, this is the third time we've read through this material. The script's gone through more drafts than that, but the goal after our last read-through was at Homeboy Industries, and Greg Boyle was in attendance, and then friends of his and some other dramaturgical people,
Yeah.
Dana Resnick, among other people. And so we got a lot of good feedback from those folks, and their principal line of feedback was, we want a clear dramatic arc for the center story. So just like a clear development. Another piece of suggestion we got from somebody else was that the bakery should open in the first act. So put that high point earlier in the musical rather than the second act. So what that meant was the homeboys and I, reconfigured things for a while and tried to figure out, especially if we could put a little bit more, a clearer arc, especially on Chewy's story, Maria's story, and then the other homeboys and homegirls are around his story or their story. And then without necessarily making it only about Chewy, of course. The other thing we did was we cut out everything else. So if it wasn't about one of those storylines, we cut it out, which means that some of your favorite scenes or, lines of dialogue may have disappeared in the meantime. But actually, if they have disappeared and you leave this read-through feeling a hole somewhere, then the good news is we can now put it back. But if we had not gone through that process and I had only cut, snip a little bit here, snip a little bit there, then I think we would still be in the same situation. So our strategy instead was just cut as much as we possibly could to get that story so that the skeleton is as strong as it could be. So that another piece of feedback I think we got last time, especially from Dana, was that the songs were repeating things that happened in the scenes. And so they felt either the scene felt redundant or the song felt redundant. So the idea was then to cut down I don't think there's any scene that's longer than 2 pages. Maybe there might be one that's 2.5 pages. So to cut those scenes way back, make sure that the songs always push the story forward, and then to get rid of some of that excess. And then along the way, we tried a couple other things, like we turned Loco's opening monologue into a more rappy kind of prologue. So you'll get a sense of that. Here's one of here are 2 of our other audience members. These are my kids. If you don't recognize them, I don't know them. That's Davion and Jenna.
They are.
They're getting big. Yeah, exactly. No, she won't go to join us, unfortunately. But anyway, hey, one thing you'll see to my left is this computer that's currently live streaming this to a non-public stream. It helps me to have an archival recording of what we do so that I can go back and listen. And so all those things that I thought were so funny and nobody in here laughed, then I'll be like, okay, I'll find you. Or if you left, or if you seem to be like wrapped in a moment, then we'll know what to keep and what to cut. But we have one more piece of direction that comes from Alberto and Greg about what to do when we get to the singing parts, especially some of the ones that aren't recorded.
We started rewriting a lot, some of the songs and writing new songs. Is what we did. I just hit an unfortunate snag. I had set aside the last couple of weeks for recording sessions for the brand new studio, but unfortunately, my business partner, 12 years, passed away 3 weeks ago, as 2 days before we were going to open the studio. So it kind of derailed the whole recording process. So we haven't been able to finish those things for you for this. I will be taking getting it going in the coming weeks, but it's been a little rough. So what we did do is we just kind of put in stand-in tracks. that kind of have it's just hard because these are original compositions, but they kind of give the atmosphere. And for some of these songs that are like rapped or sung, you're just going to have to imagine the reference. Like the first, like in the prologue, we have a Slick Rick style rap over West Coast music, and so you'll have to imagine us reading through the words as Slick Rick.
Roberto, we have some of the original ones that they from before.
We do.
Okay.
So the original ones that are pretty much going to stay.
Right.
The originals. I was hoping, and yes, in the last, I had a
That's
band
fine.
lined up and everything, so we're gonna unify the whole soundtrack. But what we have is some of the sketches from the that have made it.
They're just demos, though. Still.
They're demos are like
Yeah.
sketch demo, and then some of the, and I'll tell you when.
As we come to those, would you say demo or fill in, what did you call it?
Stand
in.
reference
So
or
we know
whatever.
that- So we know what we're doing.
Well, no,
Also-
that just as a disclaimer right off the top, the first three things that we're gonna do, basically probably until the first song, which is called "The Job," those are all reference tracks.
Okay.
So that's all.
We would, but I'd like to encourage the actors then, when you get to those, the pieces that you worked with in the past that you know, go ahead and sing with it. Sing with the track. I mean, why not? Let's rock the place.
Or act it out.
Okay. And then for the ones that you don't speak them in character. Or if you feel like you don't want to, and it's on the page, so that's okay. So we're giving you permission. But we'd like to keep it kind of informal and creative and, you know, the sky's the limit to play around with stuff. But why not? I give the guys some ideas too. Okay. I think there's a couple of new actors, and I just want to make sure that Mark has been able to talk to all of you that are new about your roles, that you know about your other roles.
I didn't get a breakdown.
Okay.
Maybe you should. I guess the main one you should know about, since you didn't know you were going to be reading from, is Loco.
I filled in a little bit.
And the heart of it is that he's our playful narrator.
Fourth wall breaker.
Loco.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. I guess. Yeah,
And then your others, you're playing that.
right.
You know, so rather typical street gang, you know, not going to change.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you're okay, Kevin. Again, a good talk with you. Let's go around and just make sure that people know who is here. I know some of you know each other well, and some of you don't. So I think if we just say, you know, who you are, what role you're playing, so people have a sense of where your partners are, and a little bit actor, director, musician, writer, whatever you want to say about yourself, just really quickly. So let's just start over here.
Kevin Wetmore playing Hollywood Pole.
Diana Romo, I'm playing Maria Dominica, and I'm an actor and theater producer.
Edgar Kachatrian. I was born and raised here. I am playing, by the looks of this script, Raphael, Loco, Ray Stark, and Guero.
And then talking to himself and so on.
I'm an actor. I want to continue acting, so let's hope that happens.
I am Julian. Been involved professionally since the beginning. I'm enjoying it. I play puppet and I'm an actress.
Hi, I'm Natasha. I am reading for Guadalupe, and this is Holdbath, and I'm an actress and LMU alum, and happy to be back again.
Well, I'm Mark. I'm the book writer and collaborator with these gents over here. I'll be playing the stressed out author.
Deep breaths.
I'm Greg. I'm one of the composers with Alberto.
I'm Alberto. I'm more like
You're both being very, very, humble over there.
Hi,
No, I'm just remarking about the plate full of chips.
Is the author's son.
Playing.
Welcome.
Because I'm Alexia. I'm a singer, songwriter, dancer, and I'm playing Dreamer. My name is Marlene. I'm playing Evalina, and I'm an actress and a singer and a teaching artist. You might hear me on some of the recordings.
My name is Gabriela Gonzalez, and I'll be playing Chewy. And that's my daughter Natalia.
Hi, Barista. I've been doing stage directions and hop and whatever else is needed and refilling your place. No, I'm just kidding. But just make sure that you clean up after yourself. And use coasters, please. Thank you.
And she's a stage manager right now.
Coasters.
Wonderful, thank you guys. So what we'll do then is we will do read Act 1, we'll take a break, refill food,
Maybe,
stretch,
yeah,
whatever
maybe
we
like
need to
3.
do, come back, read Act 2. And then if you would give us time to just talk a little bit about what we gained and what we lost in this rewrite, okay?
And
Where next?
and Homegirls, you also know that a number of you are playing comadres too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
as they've been renamed from the Madrinas. Sorry.
right. So
Oh, yes.
Slight reminder for those of you who are. But everybody should be marked in the script when it's you.
Okay, let's do it.
Act 1, Scene 1, setting, outside the smoldering remains of Homeboy Industries. Father Greg Boyle, surrounded by weeping women, looks on as tough-looking banger Chewy is being roughed up and dragged away by 2 cops.
Gee, check on Maria. Tell her I love her. If she made it.
I will, mijo. Te prometo. I promise, Chewy.
Chewy is dragged off stage. One of the police officer, Rafael Diaz, steps over to Greg.
What a waste. Come on, Father Boyle. We're gonna need you to give a statement down at the station. Chat with the fire inspector. Hey, did you hear me?
You didn't have to be so rough with him.
The banger? Why? Because he's so fragile. Can't beat these dogs hard enough.
I know you speak from experience.
Look, he just set fire to your bakery.
Wasn't him. Makes no sense.
All I know is somebody wanted to wipe out Homeboys. It's just a question of who would want to do that.
No, that's not the question at all.
Greg and Rafael exit Interloco.
Oh, I see where he's going. It's not who would want to wipe out Homeboys, it's whom. Nah, just playing. It's who doesn't want to wipe out Homeboys. That's what being a homeboy is all about. If you're a homeboy and someone doesn't want to see you dead, you ain't doing it right. And coming in, the Jesuits, after the priest, G-Dog, Fireboy, cruise nights, and loyal nights, on his tan speed, Christ on the bike. Didn't know what to make of a priest. Here to shake things up in East LA. So, you know he grew up here? Say, just another do-gooder calling for peace. Sorry, I didn't mean to frighten you. You're supposed to be excited. Keep that shit off the stage, am I right? I'm local. My name, Holmes. Not saying I'm insane. Just a narrator here to help with a frame. But let your worries lessen. I'll make a confession. We're only going to gouge. We controlled Boyle Heights from down 4th Street. The shadow of the 101, west of the river. We delivered. You're shivering because this ain't where you're from. Just a quarter of the Heights, a slice of pie diced up by a bunch of gangs. All wanted a bigger piece. Pressure cooker just waiting for release. But from where the cops sit, G-Dog is a magnet. Going in the hood and attracting all the wrong shit. Filling every homeboy and homegirl with dreams of leading a life, self-improvement, kind of things. Messing with the status quo, showing us a way to go. Inking tattoos on our hearts to apart, a way to look back at Rampart's red glare. Proud stare back at the cops when we didn't dare. To believe, to conceive, the relief. If we could only leave La Vida that easy. You go, be an enemy to the enemies, the homeless, and show me how all the haters and disbelievers are gonna just roll over, overlook our misdeeds. But Boyle Heights was more than just cops and gangs.
Transition to sleepwalk through forest. The stage transforms, the children life of Homeboy recedes were faced by the lively world of Boyle Heights in 1991. Laura's mission, Mariachi Plaza, Boulevard Park, Logo Spins, ladders up.
Proves the neighborhood some oldies but goodies from the heart of the valley. Boyle Heights, the ultimate melting pot, the perfect pozole. Can you smell it? Hot, fat burritos from Zero, La Maria, and enchiladas from El Tepeyac. Good, old. Alegrías, edible, Aztlán. It was the Mecca of Mexican food. Plus, the original food trucks on every street corner, taco carts. But you could also order ramen and tempura at Masa, pizza at King Cole's, and a bit further on, Pioneer Chicken. Even Cantor's famous deli had its start in Laos. It's been domicile for every exiled community causing white flight. Jews, Chinos, Koreans, Japanese, Vietnamese living next to the blacks there, and centrally Suramericanos. You can even find actors. We went to bed with the hip-hop 80s, fine ladies. We woke up beside the grungy 90s. So late, as things had gone from bad to worse. The economy was down, the street crime about to burst. Chewie woke up in a tricky position. Because Tio never had a minor collision with a bullet from the police. So at least the very least, his uncle's death was destiny's test to define him. But the final question, will he fill this power vacuum? Because there's more than a little truth in that old truism. It sure hates vacuum. But let's go back to the beginning. Yeah? Before we really knew who G was and what he was all about, back then, we were entrepreneurs. We were gainfully employed.
Act 1, Scene 2, setting the garage, the gang assembles. Chewie, Maria, Puppet, Dreamer, and Evelina.
Loco! Loco!
Gotta go. And one of those invisible narrators like in the Zoot Suit.
Loco! You gonna make me wait all day?
Órale, comandante.
A little respect, too much to ask? Come on. We got a chance to do something important here. With the Memo gone, we gotta step it up. We got work to do.
Right. Carnal. The job.
Hey, Vato, this ain't no future West Side Story. This is Easter egg. That's some whack-ass allegory.
Coming up in the streets, we live la vida loca. Learn from most Cubanos how to slang mad case of coca. We run and gun with the homies in el barrio. Be a cholo when I live on the slang and siempre listo.
On the job, what a job it is highly recommended.
On the job, for the job, you're always flexing. But so what's the math? Word fast, cut your fingers. So what home you wanna play and become this truck that's spray?
As owner of this grinding franchise opportunity, I've never recognized when I get back to the community. The product that I move is top of the line. My homies are high caliber, my powder is not fine.
It all comes down in the flash of red and blue. They cheat you and bleed you as they beat on you and steal from you. Then they take your time when there's nothing else to rob. No one's got your back when you're out there on the job.
Little choreography right here. You always refer to me like I'm some kind of flirt. This poverty kind of like I don't know my self-worth. You're worried about my ink, about the length of my skirt. You say it's for my dignity, then talk to me like dirt. School reaches more than my favorite institution. Sitting in a chair doesn't suit my constitution. Filling in this blackwood with all of this pollution. Teaching me about Cesar Chavez, where's my restitution? Not a lot of work for a homegirl in this body. You can't take rent with trabajo voluntario. The streets of Boyle Heights can be a paradise, especially if you take a sample of the merchandise.
It all comes down in a flash of red and blue. They cheat you and bleed you, they beat on you, steal from you. Then they take your time when there's nothing else to rob. No one's got your back when you're out there on the job.
More choreography.
In this endless recession, we're a service industry. Put your order in, take your number. What we got for you is higher caliber grade A. How do we know you said?
It's from the CIA.
Kicked us out of schools, chased us out of swords, pushed us off their laws, treat our islands like they're whores.
Why are you so paranoid? I'm even all annoyed because we and my homeboys were actually employed.
The war against drugs is a war against me. Trying to save us, we don't bite, we already casualties. Police chief in his power, giving orders like an emperor. Says it takes the cops and armor. We the super predators.
All right, that's
Officers Raphael and Jones enter. Jones shoots Chewy. He falls.
Shit! You shot the wrong guy. This is Chewy Flores.
What's the difference?
He's a human being.
You sure of that?
Stop playing. Someone could have seen us.
No way. See all these bangers scattering like roaches? Clearly gang on gang violence. Call it in.
We've got a code purple 1071 at the corner of Soto and Whittier. 10-0. Proceed slowly with caution. Anytime. No human involved.
Let them fight it out. No human involved. No reason to rush out. No human involved. Let them fight it out. No human involved. No reason to rush out. No human involved.
Out the corner with your Soto, roll my homies, never run through. Guns are waiting, eyes are blowing, money's on life. We have a YOLO, you get the chase. Now I'm waiting, put that face, ain't in a waste. Fighting your fights, it's slicing of life, cut like life. This is a disgrace.
Let them fight it out. No human involved. No reason to rush out. No human involved. Let them fight it out. No human involved. No reason to rush out. No human involved.
Pop my goals, rolling out slow, I'm not for show. What the call comes from them one, you know what to come. No ignorance is raised to the side of the death of your mama power. Handle the photos, make pretty photos. Obviously the warner, if he is up to, wrong with doctor. We could be meds and call him a corner.
Let them fight it out. No human involved. No reason to rush out. No human involved. Let them fight it out. No human involved. No reason to rush out. No human involved.
The schools, prison get by, order the cops, pound the laws, lock them up tight, live the game, take them to nine, pick the doors and fight. Natural selection needs no protection. The solution is always institutional correction. Isolation and right mitigation make an easy operation to fit a population. If I take a step on your manicured lawn, get a verge for the air, but hold guns up and gone. But just drop a bundle on the corner of the night. The police slow it down, put a break with the red light.
Let them fight it out. No human involved. No reason to rush out. No human involved. Let them fight it out. No human involved. No reason to rush out. No human involved. Let them fight it out. No human involved. No reason to rush out. No human involved. Let them fight it out.
You don't believe they're human beings? Don't need to take account of feelings. But if you do,
Julie! No, papi, no!
Maria!
Carlos, who done it?
Güero. I know it's Güero. He's been whining about someone stealing from him.
Someone. Evelina?
Puppet! Are you alright? You saw?
Shot him, Junior. Shot him. Who?
Güero? I got this.
Nah, I can't. He'll kill me.
You gotta tell someone.
No way. I gotta hide.
Puppet exits, lights down. Act 1, Scene 3, Sanctuary. Setting, lights up on Dolores' mission. Greg Boyle in the confessional. Puppet runs in and hides in the opposite confessional.
In the name of the Father and of the Son. What's wrong, Mijo? Are you all right?
No, man. What are you doing in here, I say? I'm drinking coffee. Can you do that somewhere else? That's not hiding.
This ain't a good place to hide.
Why not?
It's a confessional.
Yo, I got nothing to confess.
Then what are you hiding from?
Are you kidding me? Everything is it. Cops, widow.
Wait, what?
Widow. White skinned. Like Whitey. No one wants to see me dead.
So call the police.
The police? You see what they did to that Mayate Rodney King? Plus, cops want me too.
What'd you do?
Look, I came in here to hide, not to confess.
Again, confessional. You can't stay here forever.
Why not? I didn't exactly see a line out there.
It'll pick up. You say you're hiding from the cops.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm innocent.
They're all innocent. Once you become clean.
I'm sparkling clean, Father.
You ever think of leaving the gang life?
You crazy? To join a gang, you get jumped in. Jumped in. That ain't no quinceañera. To leave a gang, I don't even want to think about what Chewy do to me.
Chewy, you're the man in charge?
Kind of. Only he's at county. Just got shot.
Well, they can't touch you here. You're safe. I've declared this place a sanctuary.
Not for all the wildlife here in Boyle Heights?
No, not that kind. A sanctuary, like a base. You're safe here because you're on base. I can tell this is not a familiar topic. Let me explain.
The one may pursue you, chase you, and persecute you, but in here you are safe beyond them. The laws of man were meant to protect you. Most of the time they forget to, but in here you are safe from the reach of the law. Does that mean you'll forget what you saw? Sanctuary, sanctuary. This is the one place you can hide from all except the eyes of God. You can hide from those who chase you, but not from yourself. That's okay. I hid the evidence behind the books on the shelf. Those who chase you cannot get you. Fear not the arrow that comes your way. You ain't been on the streets today, but the arrows have all gone away. Sanctuary, sanctuary. This is the one place I can hide from all except the eyes of God. Your troubles outside will soon enough pass. My rice bark outside, but it's out of gas. Eventually I'll have to leave. Something's gotta give. But you have to leave La Vida Loca if you ever want to live.
As Puppet considers Greg's advice, local interest.
Not everybody was so crazy about G making the church a sanctuary, but he did it anyway. G's got cojones. Of course, there's one thing a church can't give you. Sanctuary from church ladies.
Act 1, Scene 4, meet moderate. Setting. Greg exits the confessional where Dominica, Veronica, Guadalupe, and Madres have supplies for what looks like a bake sale.
See, I told you there'd be a line. Are you here for confession?
No, Father Boyle, we are el Comité Pro Paz del Barrio. We're trying to save los niños.
Y niñas, keep them out of harm, out of jail.
I haven't tasted it.
It's for anyone who hires one of our niños. But no one around here will hire them.
We should open our own business.
Ooh, but buy that abandoned warehouse across the street.
See, open a bakery.
Can Homeboys bake?
We could teach them.
Friar Boyle, this is the police.
See, everybody wants to come to confession.
Don't open it, Father.
Open up. We believe a suspect is hiding in your church. Might be a witness to a crime.
You can't turn me over to them.
Who are you looking for exactly?
Gangbanger.
That's specific.
Don't send him out, Padre. These boys need jobs, not jails.
Jobs, not jails. I like that.
Enough, comadres, enough praying. It's time to get up. We can't put up with this no more. Get up, levántense, all of you. Singing a song in my head.
Bienvenido al Padre Oil, a nuestro barrio. Wanna get to know it, you're not people voluntario. Gang from the streets, southern Mars and the daughter. We're las Madinas taking lambs from the slaughter. Orale, jefes, take one of our flyers. Two weeks full of fun, if one of you fires. A homeboy or a homegirl to work in your shop. So all of this gang banging finally will stop. Take to las calles, marching for our causa. Singing and praying, rosarios without pausa. But it's the force of our feet going out in the street that will save our sons and daughters from the crime and the police. Me llamo Guadalupe, just like a beacon. She didn't waste her time playing games with men. She said she was like me, a good and pure woman. If you don't believe me, just have my thing and husband. May not be your mother, but they are our sons and daughters. We pour out our love for them like rivers flowing water. Always united in our struggle for peace. Juntos si se puede, let's take back our streets.
Come with us, come with us. Ven aquí, muévete conmigo. Come with us, move with us. Don't be afraid, it's okay, mijito.
Levántense, 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 Martinas. Levántense, 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 Martinas. Levántense, 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 Martinas. When we get together, we're more than just vecinas. Levántense, 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 Martinas. Levántense, 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 Martinas. Levántense, 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 Martinas. Oh, mi amor es medicina.
Mrs. Holbath enters flustered with Ray Stark.
Father Boyle, there's a Mr. Stark in my office. A Mr. Ray Stark. Humphrey Bogart's agent, producer of Funny Girl with Barbara.
Does he want to put me in a musical?
No.
Father Boyle, I'd like to give a little money back to the community, help turn things around here.
We can use all the help we can get.
What could you do with $1 million?
Open a bakery. Sorry.
Take a mic break now. Take it back to the top of the page so we get the bill.
Humphrey Bogart's agent, producer of Funny Girl with Barbara.
Does he want to put me in a musical?
No.
Father Boyle, I'd like to give a little money back to the community, help turn things around here.
We can use all the help we can get.
What could you do with, say, $1 million?
Open a bakery.
And I think I know where we could find some workers.
Act 1, Scene 5, setting, hospital room and adjoining waiting room. Loco, Evelina, and Dreamer stand around Chewy's bed.
You're gonna pull through, Chewy.
Damn straight. So who done this?
Don't know.
Chewy, you're up. Gracias a Dios. I got someone you can meet. That priest from the Lotus Mission.
The one of this guy's been trying to save all our homies.
Nah, homies gotta save themselves.
Dreamer. Come on. Can you do something?
I hear you've been volunteering for target practice. Maybe it's time for a career change.
Yes. Nah. Doing just fine. You just caught me at a bad time.
You know, is it working? Vale la pena?
La pena. What you know about la pena?
I've been around here long enough. Buried enough kids like you.
You don't know my pain.
You got me.
No, father. No prospects. You know how it goes. Funny.
Thinking that life is gonna be easy.
Life jumps away.
Imagine a world where no one's easy.
Life jumps quick. Wishing it was all bubbles and candy. Life jumps quick.
Now waiting for someone to understand me.
Life jumps quick.
My father, mi padre, beat mommy till she bled. My uncle, mi tío, forced me to his bed. He twisted this thing and you could say my bed was made. So later, what like that? At least I could get paid.
Mi padre sold drug up and took his share as well. And when he crashed down with crashes to his hell. Imagine the nightmare that rages in my head. His little Marlboro leaving circles burning red.
And often they took me to a woman-loving home. Hermanos would rape me, then leave me all alone. Weapons were no better, treated me the same. Used me, abused me in their feature game.
My brothers, my uncles, gang banged it when you're like 8, I don't really hit this fucking murder. They made me a deputy and I was on the rise. So they told me I was 9 and a 5. I got no delusions and all these excuses choices I made. But life's one-way track, offers no going back to what it gives. You just have to take it.
Devastating.
Yeah, that's how it is.
But even though a rough road got you here, doesn't mean it's a rough road out of here.
Why got me here? Reminds me. Hey, loco, go get Puppet. Tell him I want to know who put me in here. If it was Güero,
We still don't know where Puppet is.
say a prayer to St. Anthony, right, Padre? Can't stay lost forever.
Can I make a suggestion? Why don't you jump out the life and jump into something else? Looks like a good time to retire.
And do what?
I know a guy looking to start a new business. Gonna need some workers, some muscle.
Muscle? My muscle's got other things to carry, Father. Got a lot of weight on my shoulders.
And so for this song, originally we had written a ballad, but decided, so what you're gonna hear is the ballad, so you hear the words, but then I'm gonna preface it by playing, we turn it into a rap. And so it's more like a Tupac style kind of a rap. So just imagine that in. I'll play you. This is kind of like the tempo right here. It's like Dear Mama by Tupac. That's kind of the tempo, the flow that we're going. Now put that to this. And we obviously it's not gonna be like all this harmony, all that stuff. But just so you hear the words, you know what I'm saying? And the song that's right.
This will be on the B side of the song.
Yeah, it's the ballad remix. You know? Actually, wait. So just to move things along, can we just recite the words over the beat?
I would like that.
A little bit better.
Yeah.
Sorry, just because it's gonna be like it's gonna take us like 5 minutes. And one of the things that we did the reason we did a rap is we wanted to be 2 minutes instead of 5. So, sorry.
So you're asking the actors to.
So just check that out. Yeah. Carry my homies as scars life makes me like I'm somebody, you know, keeps my boat from breaking, morphine takes the pain, but it's not even the aching. I'm carrying a fear that there's no path to take. What are the right choices about to be made, right? I carry a secret that I need to reveal, but also the fear of how Chewy would feel. For the sake of the future growing within, can you leave the life without it killing you? It's never easy to break with the past. Because we can't see the days ahead when they're coming so fast. It would probably be fast. It would probably help to confess at last, maybe in the future, lay the path. Father, I've been searching to find a way. How do I even start? Do I need to pray? The bond between us gets stronger each day. The reason goes inside me. I've been trying to say, Julie, mames, mi amor, you're praying the right way. And then when you talk about praying, do my prayers even matter? Pray for your future, break the pattern, and your prayers, truly all your prayers matter. So we carry the future, the present, the past, see what we started, but can even last. We have to believe that love and hope are vast enough to carry the future. They carry our future. They carry our future. No, you carry the future. Move past. Hurry up, fool. Get well fast. Move it fast. Kind of, you can imagine that kind of with that kind of Tupac style of flow. And that's what we're.
Act 1, Scene 6.
When I finally tracked Puppet down in the mission, I knew I had to use some reverse psychology.
Lights up on Dolores' mission where Puppet is camped out. He jumps when Loco approaches.
Loco, what you doing here?
I'm claiming sanctuary, just like you.
Not an immigrant. Your mom lives in Chino.
It's time to get out of here. You don't gotta be afraid of Guero, unless you've been taken from him.
You know that wasn't me.
So what are you afraid of?
Everybody else. I saw what happened to Chewie.
Never mind that. We're homeboys. We got your back. You can trust me. And so he did. But I wish he had. By the next year, we were all out. Puppet was out of the church. Chewie got out of the hospital. Maria popped out. Her little Angelita Gabriela. Que linda. Que linda. And we all took a step out. The gang life. At least for a while. The opening of the bakery was a huge fiesta. Balloons, streamers, piñatas shaped like police chief Daryl names. Kidding. And we even had mariachis.
Act 1, Scene 7, grand opening. The bakery open for business. All of the homeboys and homegirls take to the stage. The newest, Chewie and Maria's baby girl.
Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, homegirls and homeboys, introducing Homeboy Bakery.
That's right, and a bakery run by homeboy.
And homegirls. Wearing Angels red or Dodgers blue, don't matter what's your color when you're covered in flour.
They took your dough, now they'll serve your bread.
They've got crosses on their biceps. Check out the hot cross on their bun.
Yo, fresh and tasty. We're selling them like while they're hot, and we don't mean stolen.
Let me grab a hold of those buns. Ow!
Step out to the counter. No pushing, no shoving. Those who fail to follow decorum will get jumped.
Homeboy, homegirl, homeboy calling you homeboy, homeboy calling you homegirl, homeboy calling you homeboy, homeboy. When the system fails, give us jobs, not just.
The boys and boy always hustle night and day. Always on the lookout for a job to pay. Some y'all don't really wear the eyes, what's tight again. Make us feel like we got eyes on the prize.
When I can't get the work, when the work don't work out, what to do with the time to do that. Gotta check like a wallet when I check out from the interview. Don't know who I am or what I'm gonna do. There's not a lot of things I really shouldn't say. Gotta represent to the folks who are going to pay.
Whitewash, blood, red, mom, brown doesn't come away.
Got no greens to cover up a life of gray.
So what you gonna do when you're black and blue?
You can't color still, press your resume.
We're calling you homegirl. We're calling you homeboy. When the system fails, give us jobs, not fails. We're calling you homegirl. We're calling you homeboys. When the system fails, give us jobs, not jails.
Homeboys and homegirls got me backed up to a promise I can't back out of. Can't go back to my life banging. So gotta bang, gotta the days slanging. Cause finally let the raging with my crew and now I'm making work in all these cages. Chickens and cages for days living wages and turn the picture something new. Officer arrest the assault of my hopelessness. I confess, I feel afraid to a sweet address. To the souls who cannot see a soul solution. School to prison timeline gives no restitution. Clear away the smog of prejudicial pollution. They try to give a homeboy a fresh start. Take it from the game because it hurt from his heart. We don't want your pity, but to do our part. Stop tagging me up, but to see my colors are all you, homeboy.
We're calling you homegirl. We're calling you homeboys. When the system fails, give us jobs, not jails. Homeboy. We're calling you homegirl. We're calling you homeboys. When the system fails, give us jobs, not jails.
Stuck in a rut of use and abuse. Record full of cases, just got a deuce. Playing the game, essentially got played. Even when I thought I had it made me shade. Caught in the deep of a hopeless addiction. Living out the shade of every prediction of the haters around me. Casting all the stones at me, also surprised every time I get stoned. One day at a time, brings through like a rhyme. Getting past the answer, I'm doing just fine. Got so dark, reach the end of my line. We all got a flash, just gotta let it shine. Homegirl, the boys got a brand will be out. That's my name for the road, let me take a shout out. Don't type of ever, that's just like a tiny. Just to love it, that's no denying it. She will never take her looking like this part out. Won't raise her eyebrows.
Oh yeah, pause it there. No, that goes at the end.
A circle of compassion. No one's inside, so
we just moved it to the Second act.
There's a reprise, yeah.
There's a reprise, so yeah. And then we go back to the Homeboys, you know, give his job, when the system fails, give his job, not yells and stuff.
Act 1, Scene 8. Papa walks home along a dark street, seeing homeboys to himself. As he walks along a dark and lonely street, a shot rings out, puppet drops.
End of Act 1, and let's take a break.
Okay.
For, say, 10 minutes. All right, thank you guys.
Oh, boys.
That one's catchy.